Greetings and welcome to the 6th installment in my series of Heritage Quest walkthroughs for the EverQuest 2 MMO. I am Nandiara Mistwalker, leader of the Rain Dancers Guild, and I'm going to guide you through this quest. In the Heritage Quest timeline I'm using, the one from the fandom linked below, there are 4 quests we could do at this level. We have finished Dragoon Kane for the shiny brass halberd, Axe from the Past for the polished granite tomahawk, we've unlocked Neck Castle, and now we're going to do the strange black rock for the glowing black stone. Next time we'll run Hayden's Earring and then move past the level 30 collection. This is the Strange Black Rock quest. You must be level 25 to get it. This quest took me an hour and a half start to finish, though most of that was either travel time or camping at step 7. Timestamp references in the description below. Let's get started. The quest giver, Scholar Al-Kalar, is in Antonica. He stands behind the Oracle Tower next to the Griffin Post. You have to return to the Scholar after each update, so you'll be talking to this guy 6 times during the full run. All the Heritage Quest contacts require a lot of reporting into, but this one feels like a lot because of how far you have to travel to get to each step and getting back to him again. The majority of the quest updates are in the ruins of Varsoon. First, he asks you to get some power sources. There's one in Neck Forest and one in the Thundering Steppes. We'll go to Neck first. The Wizard Spire there is just south of the source location in the pool at the waterfall. Just follow the river and you get to where you're going with only mild harassment from goblins and wasps. Once you arrive at the pond, you'll see the power source in the water. It's glowing a bright light blue, and it's really hard to miss. This source is close to the surface, so you can dive down, pick it up, and not have to worry about breathing underwater, spells, potions, totems, whatever. Next, we're going to the steps. Again, the Wizard Spire is closest to your destination. As you can see, it's pretty far out into the water. There are sirens in your way, as well as water life, like sharks. This power source is not visible from the surface, partially because it's far out on the edges of the ocean, and partially because it's actually hiding inside a wrecked ship on the bay floor. You can see the ship from the water's surface once you get close to it though, so that will help you find your way. Get your water breathing handy and dive. Back to the Scholar. Next is your first foray into the ruins. Go to the docks in the steps so you can take the Griffin to the southeast station. The ruins are directly south from the Griffin station, but there's a buttload of skeletons between you and the entrance we'll be using. Pick your way through or go around. There are two entrances. One takes you to the beginning, the top floor. We're not going there. We'll take the other one, which is guarded by goblins as well as everything else in this area. It leads to the second level, which is where all of our updates are located. Keep an eye open for the epic that wanders this area sometimes. It's level 35, one of the giant bubble monsters, and it's not an easy fight. Enter into the normal ruins of Varsoon, not the Fable version, and start fighting goblins. You can take down as many of them as you want in this room. There's sometimes a named in here, so sometimes I'll kill the placeholders so I can get at the named at some point in all the back and forth. We're going to the rooms with the Book of Life and the Book of Death. This time, the scholar wants us to get a tome of research located in each room. I recently learned you can actually get these research tomes without going into the room and killing the group of books, which is amazing. Both are lootable without further combat. Each of these encounters is on a 20-minute respawn timer, and while they've taken away the placeholders, it's still annoying to kill something you need for a step later on. To get these tomes, shove your face into the hallway wall and scooch closer one step at a time. Once you get within grabbing range, you can take it, back out, and you'll save the named for later. The tome for the Book of Life is on the floor about halfway into the room. It's easy to get lost in the ruins. Just keep your map handy and you should be okay. The tome for the Book of Death is on the top shelf of a bookcase in the room. Back to the scholar. Next is an item update. This is originally intended to be a drop item from some specific skeletons in Stormhold, but you can also craft the bangle or torque that you need, which means you can either make it yourself, get one for a friend or guildmate, or buy one on the broker. The scholar will not have a book over his head for this step, but you can turn it in anyway. Now it's time to go back and kill those books. Back to the steps, through the skeletons and goblins, back down the halls, through the golems, back to the books. Unfortunately, the ruin has a ton of names in it, with relatively quick respawn timers, making it prime real estate for farmers and power leveling. It is possible that someone will come in after you've worked so hard to keep out of the book fights and steal the kill while you're running back to the scholar for the zillionth time, but we don't play EQ2 because we're impatient now, do we? After you kill the books, it's back to the scholar. If you've been reading his dialogue, you can see that he's obviously getting more deranged and irrational. He sends us in now after Varsoon, who has his own little pocket zone from within the ruins. The door is right down the hall from the room with the Book of Death in it, so it's easy enough to find. Get into the normal version of the zone. He starts talking when you walk close to him, so I trigger his blabber and get back onto the staircase so I can pull when I'm ready. This is a ring event. Couple waves of shadow demons that keep everything super dark around both themselves and their dead bodies. It'll only brighten up when the floor is clean, one of the few mobs I force loot. Then he has a girlfriend, and then he fights you himself. I apparently have a habit of attacking things without healing up between waves. Be careful looting these boxes here. It's really easy to kill yourself opening a couple exquisite chests in a row. Then, it's back to the scholar for the final time, and Duder has completely lost his mind, attacks you, and the quest is completed once he's dead. His respawn is like 5 minutes, so if you're doing this with a group and someone doesn't get the update, it's not the end of the world. And that's all for the Strange Black Rock. I'm Nandiara Mistwalker, and I hope this video has helped you. Happy dancing!